name's Noel, and he's a great guy. He does a lot of our video editing and stuff for Prepper, but he is in a different, he tunes into our morning stand-ups from a different country every couple of weeks, you know. And he lives very affordably in the countries that he travels to. His cost of living per day is usually about, you know, like anywhere between $8 and $15 a day, which is amazing. And he has all these fantastic stories and things to share. So the one place he was for a while was Medellin. So Medellin had a problem in the past. It was notorious for being the most violent city in the world, and tons of gun crime and cartel activity and all of this, things that spawned many Netflix television series. But the problem was a different kind of access at the time. There were communities up in the mountains that were cut off from the infrastructure of the cities, and it was too difficult. You know, there's dirt roads through the jungle kind of thing. It was precarious just to get into the city, and it meant that young people couldn't attend school. It meant that people didn't have access to good jobs. The only people they could end up working for were the cartels, right? So what they did was they actually, and you can Google pictures of this, it's quite something, a cable car system connecting the city to the communities in the hills, and people just ride these cable cars into it's astonishing what they did. And in terms of access to resources and infrastructure, it turned that city right around. And I think that they really learned from this too, because every time I was talking to Nolan, or every time we were meeting, he was in a digital co-working space. There are tons of young, young Colombian kids working on projects, working as entrepreneurs, meeting with their clients, and everything. So they really did invest in the internet, the internet side of things. Once that came around, they realized that this is really just about access, right? That's fundamentally what it's about, is access, and that's what people need to lift themselves out of poverty. So they learned from that whole initial situation, which was very bloody, and continued right along with making sure that they're very, very digitally equipped as a city, and you can tell. And so I like using them as a model, because that place was a mess. You know, that place was a mess, but they invested in it properly, and they connected people physically, and then they connected them digitally, and commerce is booming there, and people are happy, and it's much safer. It's a great place to go visit now. So tourism is up and everything. It's just better for the community on every single front.